What if I told you that the year's most ugly, messy, and stunning controversy was actually the biggest hip-hop love story? Jim Jones has finally welcomed a newborn baby into the world following almost 10 years of ups and downs with Chrissy. Isn't that a picture-perfect family moment? False. Due to Jim's carefully constructed image was already being torn apart by the internet as Chrissy was in that hospital bed, beaming with the pride of parenthood. Why? Because one shocking charge is supported by leaking rumors, enigmatic posts, and murky screenshots. It's possible that Jim Jones married Brooke Bailey in secret, out of the public eye. Take a moment to process that. Newborn child with Chrissy. But there's also a purportedly hidden marriage certificate in the backdrop. It is being referred to as the ultimate betrayal by fans. A plot twist from the dirtiest soap opera you've ever seen, to be exact. It is said that Mama Jones is yelling off camera. According to reports, Chrissy is upset behind the scenes. Additionally, there are a ton of cryptic remarks on Brooke's Instagram stories, which just serve to fuel the flames. It's more than just a rumor. This controversy has the potential to upend entire families, ruin reputations, and completely upend the love and hip-hop universe. We're dissecting the leaked audios, the receipts, the treachery, and the mayhem tonight as everyone wonders, did Jim hold on tight? For the response will leave you stunned. Did Jones truly stage a marriage to Brooke Bailey while establishing a family with Chrissy? The internet anticipated a fairy tale conclusion, but instead they were given the first chapter of a nightmare. Jim Jones, the veteran of reality TV and Harlem rapper who has spent years evading inquiries about marriage, commitment, and his turbulent romantic life before shocking everyone by giving Chrissy Lannon the kid she had long desired, a hospital blanket draped around a newborn, an Instagram photo of a pleased Jim with an emotional message. "We've become a family." Fans showered the comments with cheers, emojis of tears, and congratulations. It appeared that Jim and Chrissy had finally found their happy ending after years of drama, arguments, and unending rumors. But the fissures appeared almost instantly. A serious discrepancy was discovered by social media detectives just minutes after Jim's tweet. Rumors of a covert marriage to Brooke Bailey reappeared more loudly than ever as the world rejoiced over the baby. In group discussions, screenshots of a purportedly leaked marriage license started to circulate. Twitter users vowed that a blurry picture of Jim standing beside Brooke in what appeared to be a little ceremony had previously been removed off the internet. Admirers were forced to question the unimaginable. Had Jim Jones, who was previously married to another woman, been establishing a family with Chrissy? It was even more suspicious because the chronology of events didn't add up. According to insiders, Jim was seen with Brooke Bailey at private gatherings in Los Angeles several months ago. The rumors appeared innocuous at the time, just more of the same old Jim caught cheating news that hip-hop and love lovers had become accustomed to. However, these rumors take on a completely different significance now that a newborn is involved. If Jim did indeed wed Brooke when Chrissy was pregnant, this is the height of betrayal, not simply infidelity. Chrissy has always had a strong protective streak of her relationship was caught off guard by the rumors. During her pregnancy, Chrissy had been living in a bubble of excitement, according to two people close to the couple. She saw the baby as a new beginning, a means of mending the scars from years of waiting for Jim to commit. However, Chrissy apparently became happy when the Brooke rumors burst back into the forefront, changed to anger and distrust. Days before giving birth, Chrissy allegedly confronted Jim and demanded to know the truth, according to one insider. Silence was his response. However, the internet is unaffected by silence. Like detectives on a quest, fans started to investigate, make connections, and examine Brooke's previous Instagram posts. Brooke was seen wearing a glittering ring on her left hand in a post from months before to Chrissy's pregnancy announcement. No one gave it any consideration at the moment, but the caption said, "Loyalty looks good on me." However, admirers claimed that the post, which went viral, was a subliminal hint about her purported marriage to Jim. More purported leaks emerged as the tale grew in popularity, and audio recordings purportedly showing Brooke boasting to a friend about shutting Jim down went viral. "Chrissy can play house all she wants, but I got the papers. I'm the wife. She's just the girlfriend," a woman's voice can be heard stating in the video. Are they authentic or fraudulent? The recording shocked the fan community. People were in disbelief. Is it true? Was Chrissy still being taken advantage of after all these years? Pressure started to build. Twitter became a battleground. Chrissy's devoted supporters were on one side, supporters who are upset with Jim and want him to come forward and provide clarification. Brooke's supporters, on the other hand, asserted that Chrissy was only attempting to cling to a man who had already gone on, and that she knew all along. Thousands of tweets, memes, and films analyzing every move Jim had made in the past were shared via hashtags like #JusticeForChrissy and #Brooke1, which trended alongside each other. When Emma Jones supposedly interrupted the conversation, however, that was the true bombshell. According to reports, a leaked voicemail captured Jim's vocal mother, who has never held back when it comes to Chrissy, yelling about the situation. She may be heard screaming on the purported recording, "I warned Chrissy he wasn't ready for marriage." And now look, the leak further Polaris supporters. "She got a baby and Brooke got the ring. I played them both, and now it's my family in the headlines again." Was Mama Jones fabricating the story to protect her son? Or did she validate everyone's fears that Jim actually had, stringing Chrissy along while getting married to Brooke? Chrissy's social media behavior, however, did little except fuel the flames. Chrissy posted a mysterious Instagram story with a black background and white lettering that said, "A child doesn't fix a liar. Truth always comes to light." Just hours after Jim's baby post went viral, fans burst out. This wasn't merely a coincidence to them. Chrissy was subtly acknowledging that something was seriously amiss. Screenshots of the post quickly went viral on Instagram and Twitter before it was removed a few minutes later. In contrast, Jim stayed strangely silent, except for the infant declaration. He didn't post anything. There was no defense, no denial, and no effort to stop the marriage rumors. Additionally, quiet is a powerful tool in the realm of celebrity scandal. Fans grew increasingly certain that he had something to conceal the longer he remained silent. Celebrities started to weigh in, contributing their perspectives to the disorder. Yandy Smith left the straightforward comment, "Stay strong, sis," beneath Chrissy's since-deleted tale. "Refrain from being broken by the lies." Menno, a rapper, shared on Twitter, "Some men wait until it's too late to show respect for a true woman. Sad." Even with a cryptic tweet, Cambella, who is no stranger to love and hip-hop controversy, poked fun. What else did he fabricate if he pretended to be married to Brooke? The internet exploded. This was no longer merely a scandal. It was a circus for the whole industry. Then the greatest twist of all occurred. According to TMZ, they had secured court documents indicating that months before, Jim and Brooke filed for marriage. Insiders said the documents were sealed, but they were real. It's true that Jim didn't simply betray Chrissy's feelings. While he was getting ready to have a child with Chrissy, he might have legally committed himself to another lady. It wasn't just a personal betrayal. This was undeniable, public, and documented. The consequences were immediate. In thousands of comments, fans started tagging Chrissy and pleading with her to finally leave Jim. A side-by-side photo, Chrissy holding the baby and Brooke reportedly carrying a marriage license, went viral overnight, and memes were all over the timeline. The scandal was far from over. It was intensifying into something that nobody could have foreseen. Another leak appeared just when supporters believed things couldn't get any worse. This time, there was purportedly a text exchange between Jim and Brooke. Brooke said in the screenshots, "We know the reality, but she believes she's the wife." Jim's response, "Stay silent for the time being. Time is of the essence." Although the text's veracity could not be confirmed, the harm had already been done. The internet took it at face value. Chrissy probably noticed, and the plot took a wild turn. The conflict between public festivities and when a private scandal got out of control. The birth of Chrissy's kid, which ought to have been the happiest time of her life, was being clouded by rumors of legal trickery and betrayal. Fans now wanted answers rather than merely wanting them. Nobody was able to halt the storm that resulted from Jim's silence, Brooke's enigmatic posts, and Chrissy's story that was still removed. The world awaited Chrissy's next move while insiders whispered that she had already set up a meeting with producers to share her side of the tale. Would Chrissy reveal Jim's identity on camera? Would the alleged marriage document be made public by Brooke at last? Or would Jim attempt to portray everything as a miscommunication before his whole empire fell apart? The answer is no one was certain. However, one thing was for sure. It was more than a simple love triangle. It was a dynasty coming to an end. The dynasty, instead of bringing healing, the baby caused the most ugly unraveling the hip-hop community had ever witnessed. Days after Jim and Chrissy revealed their child to the world, the rumors of Brooke Bailey turned into a raging conflagration that threatened to destroy everything they had worked so hard to achieve. What started off as dubious images and grainy pictures turned into a massive pile of receipts that nobody could ignore. A mystery email sent to several gossip blogs was the first step. The topic line was chillingly easy. Evidence of Jim's marriage to Brooke. Grainy scans of what looked to be a marriage license from months prior to Chrissy's pregnancy announcement were attached. Brooke Bailey and James Jones were named as the parties in the document. The timing couldn't have been worse, but no one could verify its legitimacy. Hours later, the alleged license went viral, appearing in millions of views on TikTok breakdowns, Instagram stories, and Twitter threads. There was no need to verify the internet. In the court of public opinion, the scandal was already genuine. The audio leak followed. There was a clear but muted audio that purportedly captured Brooke's voice on a friend's phone call. "He promised me the world," the voice said. "I was the wife, but Chrissy was just a situation. Now she's parading a baby, like it means something. Papers don't lie, whether staged or real." The video went viral on the internet. Supporters cried out betrayal. Alongside Brooke's, Chrissy's name became popular, and Jim's quiet was deafening. But Chrissy was no longer quiet. Insiders say she lost her temper. Chrissy reportedly sobbed during a leaked private conversation with producers. "I gave it all to him. When everyone told me to go, I stayed. And now that I've had my baby, he bestows the title I've been waiting for years on another lady. How could he harm me like this?" The story that Chrissy had been caught off guard and humiliated just when she should have been celebrating was strengthened by that heartbreaking and unvarnished video. On Twitter, the internet went crazy. "Chrissy, the hashtag #SexLOaded, deserves better." The most damning of all was hashtag Brooke revealed and hashtag Jim the fake. With sobbing sound effects and fictitious marriage documents fluttering in the air, TikTok producers shared dramatic reenactments of the disclosures. A rush of memes Instagram. A split image appeared in one post that went viral. On one side, Chrissy is crying while holding the infant. Brooke grinned while holding a marriage license. The drama didn't end with the caption, "Baby mama" or "Wife. Pick one Jim." Brooke herself added fuel to the flames by posting a mysterious Instagram story with a dark backdrop. Fans went crazy. Was this Brooke announcing the marriage? Was it a subliminal hint that she was going to reveal additional receipts? "The truth doesn't need to be defended," she wrote. In a matter of minutes, the story was gone. However, the screenshots were already widely available. According to insiders, Chrissy and Jim got into a heated dispute that might equal any reunion between love and hip-hop. Chrissy yelled at Jim, "You embarrass me in front of the world," according to a person close to the marriage. Jim apparently stormed out of the room in response, refusing to explain whether the marriage rumors were true. "You made me a fool on TV and in real life. You gave another woman the ring and left me with a baby." According to reports, the altercation that was captured on a crew member's phone is currently making its way into blogs. Never one to keep quiet, Mama Jones reportedly stepped in with her own rage. "I told Chrissy to stop begging for marriage. Now look, Jim went and gave it to someone else. Don't call me asking to fix this mess. It's my son, but he made a mistake," she yells in another voicemail that has been leaked. His bed. The voicemail further polarized followers. Others felt sorry for Chrissy. Mama Jones was criticized by others for placing the blame on her rather than her son. The world of celebrities soon embraced the craze. Yandy Smith tweeted something cryptic. "The person who fights the hardest for you is sometimes the one who fights the hardest against you." Cardi B couldn't help but chime in when Kimbella stirred the waters with a dubious Instagram live, claiming, "When you chase a ring for 10 years, don't be surprised if he gives it to someone else first." Cardi B commented beneath a Shadow Room post, "Damn, this messy, deep prayers for the baby." However, that single remark caused the issue to explode from a hip-hop and love scandal to a national crisis. Brooke's camp, meantime, kept dropping bombs. Thus, screenshots of text messages purportedly from Jim were published by Brooke's purported buddy. One said, "Remain optimistic. We'll go public when the time is right." Another, "You are aware of my loyalty. Give up allowing social media to influence you." The communications presented a damning image of a guy balancing two lives. whether they were real or not. One innocent child is now caught between two women. The consequences were terrible for Chrissy. "I can't raise this baby with a liar. Can't do it," she sobbed during a family gathering, according to insiders. Her closest friends reportedly pleaded with her to leave Jim permanently, but Chrissy hesitated after all these years after giving her heart and soul to a man who refused to fully. Jim's silence became the biggest statement of all, and days went by without a response, press release, interview, or commitment. Could she really walk away now that they shared a child? That question split supporters apart, with thousands of people discussing online whether Chrissy should stay or leave. More strange posts with no explanation, including one of Jim seated in a studio with the caption, "Work over everything." Fans didn't buy it and bombarded the comments section with questions such as, "Are you married to Brooke or not? Show Chrissy and your child some respect. Be honest." The scandal turned into a media circus as TMZ hinted at an exclusive that might definitively prove whether the marriage certificate was authentic, and gossip blogs set countdowns to unveil more leaked texts and images. His refusal to respond to the rumors only served to convince the world that he was guilty. The story had reached a fever pitch, but the biggest bombshell was yet to come. Late one night, a blurry video appeared on Twitter that seemed to show Jim and Brooke standing side by side in front of an officer exchanging messages. YouTube channels also released dramatic breakdown videos with titles like "Chrissy Betrayed Again: The Shocking Truth About Brooke Bailey and Jim Jones' Double Life Exposed." Vows. One word was audible despite the muted audio. "Do you, James Jones, take Brooke Bailey?" The film ended before the ceremony, but it was enough to send the internet into a frenzy, with fans screaming and bloggers going crazy. Insiders claim that Chrissy broke down in tears when she saw the video, leaving the world to wonder. Was the video real? Was Jim really leading a double life, fathering a kid with Chrissy while granting Brooke the marriage he had refused for more than 10 years? Or had it been a well-planned scenario, a moment set up to ruin him? There was no doubt that the nightmare had only just begun, and the fairy tale was over. When Chrissy Lamine finally spoke, the internet was still in flames over the leaked wedding video. She made an Instagram live appearance following days of conjecture, mysterious posts, and whispered leaks.